to the channel. So today I'll be asking my husband questions that I've never asked him before, and he has no idea.
After all these years.
He doesn't know the questions I'm gonna be asking him, so it's all gonna be a surprise. But before we start, we would like to thank you guys for all the support and the love you guys been giving us on our last video. So thank you so much.
Thank you. That last video is insane.
Yeah, thank you guys, and we're glad that you're enjoying it. So we're gonna start right now without wasting any time. So are you ready, baby?
Let's see. Wait, let me get my questions ready.
No,
too.
you don't. You don't have questions. I'm asking you questions. So, the first question is, what is one thing that I do that annoys you? Okay, before you even start, don't even try to be sweet and
No, I don't bullshit you. Excuse me.
Just give me a straight answer and be honest. Okay, you go ahead, answer.
From what aspect? Because we could talk about a few things.
I said one.
There's so many. I'm kidding.
What?
I think the biggest thing that drives me nuts about you is like when you're getting ready, like it doesn't matter how much time has passed, you swear 11 o'clock something's supposed to be done, but it's not getting done till like 2. That's the biggest thing. This YouTube video was supposed to happen like 2 hours ago.
Okay, I'm sure you're glad you're exposing me today. Okay, the second question is, what is one thing you like when I do for you or with you that you would like me to do more often?
I don't know how to answer that. There's something you did and it happened on the trip. And it was like, so I try to explain this to you privately, but I guess we can talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Where like, I never felt like someone who I was with publicly supported me the way you did. And then like when we were editing the video for, the last video where you were telling me like some of the words that you were saying in Zulu when you were coming over to us, where it was like what it basically was in short terms is you're professing your love publicly to your family and your community, like send me back to my husband, like stop wasting my time, I want to go to my love. To me that was emotional because I felt like you were displaying something publicly in front of people regardless of how they feel because you love me that much. So
there is one thing you would like me to do more often?
I don't know how can you though, because you topped it with that event, you know what I mean? It's a public show of affection without having to say like, hey, this is my man and I love him. You did it without doing that. It can't explain it.
Okay.
It was the whole gesture of like telling your family like, I love this guy and I'm going to him now.
Okay. Another question is, if you were to lose your memory tomorrow, no, you're not gonna lose it.
No, I might. Keep going.
Okay, if you were to lose your memory tomorrow and you have an option, what is one memory of us you would like to keep?
If I lost all the memory of...
But you have
everything
an option to keep one memory, what would it be?
It would be me proposing to you at Kent.
Yeah.
Because if I remembered that part, I would know like everything after and before and after like was real. If I can remember that I was proposing to you, that means I was in love with you before, and then moving forward, of course there are memories I wouldn't get back, but that's what YouTube is for. It would be the day that I proposed to you. Just first of all, I never proposed to anyone before. We've had other video talk where like we've had past relationships, but it's never gotten that far, that intense with love to even do that. So that just the thought of proposing to someone, that it speaks for itself in my opinion. Like I've never done that for someone else, and then to continue, I would never do that for someone else. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
That's
it.
why proposals to me are huge. I mean, I get it. People get married every day, but you know the culture in America. You could be married, engaged to someone for like 5 years.
Yeah.
To me, it would be the proposal, because from there, everything else we did after can be redone or, you know, like re-intertwined. Because there were so many good memories after that, but we can have those again as long as I know that you're saying yes to me again.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. Another question. No, don't look.
I wasn't peeking.
Don't look. Okay, where do you see us in 5 years?
Depends how good YouTube goes.
What?
I'm kidding. I said it depends on how good YouTube goes.
I'm not talking about us financially. Where do
No,
you-
that counts, because if we're in a financially like well off place, that so
Okay,
much
that would
more
get
of
some
our
line.
plans.
Okay, I get
You
it.
said if you're asking in the next 5 years, how many plans? If things were to stay exactly how they are now, I think we would be in our first home at least, and maybe our first child at least within the next 5 years. I'm not saying wait to the 5th year, but sometime within the next 5 years, I could see us having our own home and a kid.
Okay.
But if YouTube pops off, you know, you never know. There could be 2 kids.
But, or if we work hard because we already have jobs.
That's true too.
Yeah.
You know, or I could get promoted like I should, hopefully, soon.
Okay. Another question is, how can I be a better wife to you?
No, you can't say that. That's not a good question.
What do you mean?
Because that insinuates that I think that you're not a good wife.
No, it's not that. You know, when you're married, you can always, there's always a room to improve. It's not like I'm a bad wife.
People
What is it
already
that...
experienced what the only thing that I would ever say. And it was that, you know, with how hectic the last year was with work, it's just like being around more. That's the only problem I had, is that I felt like I didn't get to see you enough last year. That's it.
Okay.
But I know it's not your fault, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, what? You can cook more. Hey,
Well,
I'm being honest.
I do cook.
Okay, I didn't say you didn't. I said you can cook more.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, what is the moment that you feel the most proud that I'm your wife?
When we finally went to South Africa. I was already proud before, but now when we went to South Africa, you had to like prove to me by showing me to your closest people that this outside of me.
Yeah.
I'm not ever saying I didn't believe you, but bringing me home and letting me experience your culture, your family, where you grew up and all that, what we call your stomping grounds,
Yeah.
that was my proudest moment. That's what I said. It sounds stupid because I wasn't out of love with you, but I told you when we went to South Africa, I felt more in love with you because of this experience.
Yeah.
It's not that there are like layers to peel, but I felt like something was pulled off and we grew into something because of that experience.
Yeah.
And it's because you had no choice. It was whether you were for me 100% after that or not, it was going to show there. So that's why I picked that.
Okay. So, I guess the other question was also gonna relate to the answer that you just gave me. So that question was gonna be, do you think going to South Africa or to finally meet my family had an effect on our marriage? It can be positive or negative.
It's not a negative one. If it had any... I mean, I don't believe that the experience had an effect on our marriage specifically. I just think that it helped grow my understanding of who you are as a person, not my wife. Yeah, I got to peel back your mind and learn how you and I already understood you as a person,
Yeah.
but I don't understand why you were that person.
Yeah.
I got to see the people around you and how they speak to each other and how they interact with each other. So it was like, oh, that's why she does all that.
What is that one
I
thing?
think it's sometimes like how you express yourself. Your understanding of like humor humor to me over here. I would always be like, why don't you find that funny? It's just South Africans don't find that funny.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That's just one example.
Okay. So we recently had a talk about this, but we never really...
What's the question?
So, how do you feel that my baby timeline has changed? Because you remember when we got married, we were saying like maybe
I
in
was a
2
little
years.
salty at first.
Because you remember...
Because it didn't make sense. Because we've had this conversation before we went to South Africa, and it was like, yeah, after we, go through Ebola, then like it's go season for the baby, and all of a sudden you're like, no, 2 more years. Like 2 more years? I might be dead in 2 years. God forbid.
Babe.
I'm just saying, like, you never know.
But you can't think of that.
No, that's just one example. Like, you just don't know.
Yeah.
And to me, it didn't make sense, but we already talked about it, so I get it.
You felt salty.
I didn't agree with it at
after we
first.
talked about it, you understood.
Yeah.
That's funny because when we got married, we said after 2 years or after going to South Africa, then we were thinking about, growing our family.
I also understand, like, right now, realistically, that just can't happen.
Yeah, because
It
we talked about, like, our reasons why, of which we're not going to share with you guys, but I didn't get to understand or know how he felt about it. We just agreed.
I'm older than you, too, so that's why I'm like, let's just start it now. Let's get the baby phases over with. I like kids, infants.
So how do you feel now after?
We're fine now. I was salty when you first said it.
Okay. What do you value the most about our marriage?
That it's not centered around material stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we can like nice things, but that doesn't dictate our marriage. Because I can tell you a lot of relationships here are like that. I mean, it's everywhere. I get it.
Yeah.
But I feel like growing up here, this is a very materialistic country. So, like, if I couldn't provide you a house within 4 years, you might get nasty toward me and say, like, oh, I married you because you told me you were going to do that. And you also, like, you don't put ultimatums on things. Like, you don't say, like, oh, this has to get done by here or our marriage is a failure.
Yeah.
I guess it's your level of understanding and compromise, I guess.
Okay. Okay, the last question is, what was the time in our relationship that you would say you were the happiest?
The night we got married.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You were really happy that day?
I was so happy I couldn't stop crying about it. And I know usually people associate tears with sadness, not me.
Yeah.
I was just so happy the night we got married.
That's nice. Okay, that's it, guys. I was watching one of the videos on YouTube, and then I came across this kind of video, and I was like, this is actually a good video. And the questions they were asking, I was like, wow, those are good questions. I would actually like to hear from his perspective. So I thought it would be a good idea to ask him questions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And please don't forget to subscribe and click that like button, and you can also comment. We always try to respond to your comments.
If you look at any of the old, like, I would say the last like 4 videos, I went crazy commenting and liking like literally everything and engaging to everyone. Any notification I got, even at work, I'm like replying to each one.
Yeah.
The comments are crazy right now. Like, we're even getting comments on stuff from like a year ago. Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, please support us, and
we appreciate that. We know there's a huge group of you guys who are supporting, even if we post like throwaway videos, the ones that she's not so enthusiastic to create, but we know that we have a core audience out there that appreciates it.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you. Bye.